Well, kids have been out of school for more than a month now, so it seems their stress level would be down.
But it can be quite the contrary. In fact, for some teens, summer is tough because they don't have counselors or teachers to confide in.
Yes, but there is a place for them to get help and to talk to someone. Board-certified psychiatrist Allison Larson from True Health Center for Emotional Wellness joins us now with more information. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, so I think as a mother of teenagers, you do think over the summer, they don't have all the stress of school, maybe they're more relaxed, but you were saying a little bit earlier that it's kind of the opposite because they're kind of isolated.
Yeah, so what happens a lot is kids get out of school, academic stress isn't there anymore. There's this big relief. Oh, everything's great.
Yeah.
But then we don't have the structure over the summer that we need. We have sleep schedules that are disturbed. We have kids that don't have those social connections that they really have at school. Some kids, their friends are only at school. They don't have them over the summer. So we find a lot of kids are bored or really just don't have that social connectedness they need over the summer. So we do see depression, anxiety, stress over the summer as well as during the school year.
So what are you all offering there at True Health Center to help?
Sure. So at True Health, we offer treatment for teenagers, young adults, and our goal with the helping these kids is not to only help them, but also their families. So our program's a bit different. When we see kids go to therapy, you think, oh, they go an hour a week, they see their therapist. However, we do an intensive program. It's 3 to 5 days per week, 3 hours a day. We offer group, individual, and family therapy. So it's really well-rounded. Our therapists are fantastic. And our goal is to help provide these individuals with what they need, a sounding board, gain coping skills, but also really help the families support the patient and or increase that communication in the home that sometimes is lacking.
Yeah, and I think during the year, if a parent has thought, oh, maybe their child might need some help, they're so busy. But the summer might be a good time to actually get them the help they need.
Yes, and I always say when we take away the academic stress during the school year, for example, you have a little bit more mental space to maybe work on those coping skills during the summer, work with the family, a little more flexibility in time. And our program, because they meet so frequently, it does provide some structure over the summer too. And a lot of people, even as adults, we need that structure. So
I mean, so much is changing in the world, right? It seems like every day kids are dealing with a lot more, not only things that are going on at home, extracurriculars in the classroom, but also now in the digital world. So how are you changing your approach to helping these young people with so much changing in the tech world?
I think it's just so hard because we're trying to keep up with everything that, I mean, every month it feels like there's something new, there's a new app or something, a new way for people to communicate, people to connect, but it also opens those doors for bullying, other things, you know, messaging people that maybe not be appropriate to message.
Even comparison, right?
Right, so it's always ever changing. And our goal, we do have these blanket statements with parents and we'll say, oh, ask, you know, have communication with your kid, ask them what apps they're using. That may not be for everybody. And sometimes we really have to work with families and help them with parenting. And there's 1,000 ways to parent and what works for their family in these situations. And I think that's the hard part, is the ever changing and the differences in every family. So.
Well, what are maybe some signs that maybe your child, your teenager might benefit from talking with someone? I think a lot of parents out there are like, is this just normal, or would they benefit from a therapist?
Right. Yeah, because when we have teenagers, they stay in their rooms a lot, or they may, you know. So what we really look for are things like changes in appetite, changes in sleep. Yes, your kid may stay in the room, but they'll still come out and talk to you once in a while. So if they're really withdrawing, or they're starting, for example, during the school, if they're not doing as well in school, if it's really impacting their day-to-day life, that's where we really look for, hey, your kid may need a little bit more help.
So can you talk about the locations that you have here in the area?
Sure. So we have 2 locations for what we call the adolescent population. We see ages 12 to 17. And those locations are in Tampa in the West Chase area, and then there's one location in Brandon. Our third location is for young adults, so people that have mostly educational goals, college students, that type of thing, and that location's in Tampa.
Okay.
Great. And what ages do you start? I know you focus on, teens and young adults. What are the ages?
So for the adolescent program, 12 to 17, and then for the adults, usually 18 to 26. So it just depends on the person. And so.
Okay, perfect. But you did say you can do group settings with a whole family, right?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Okay.
And that's probably one of the most important things, are bringing in our families and working with the families, how they can support the individual that needs help.
Have you guys offered that from the very beginning, the group counseling?
Yes. It's basically what we started with, and what we've continued to do is a group, a family, and individual, all in one place. So
Perfect.
It's really good to have it all together.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
Very important subject there. All right, and to learn more and to reach out to them, you can head to truehealthcew.com. Now here's another look at your weather.